This chart shows the current reality of B2B sales. Only 1/3 of professionals hit their quotas last year. The reason? The average salesperson spends just 30% of their week selling. The remaining 70% is consumed by administrative noise. To bridge the gap, teams often chase top-line revenue at all costs. They push products onto the wrong customers, ignoring the actual gross margin, the real money that stays in the bank. Hope is not a sales strategy. Doubling your effort to acquire the wrong customers doesn't scale. It drains your operational capacity and guarantees you will miss your financial targets. This creates a chaotic sales funnel. The pressure of servicing high-maintenance, low-margin clients ruptures the system, leaking time and resources out the sides. Week 1 of the Revenue Rhythm program is designed to systematically address the root cause of these structural leaks. We do this in 2 distinct phases. First, we rigorously define your ideal client profile, or ICP. An ICP is a highly specific description of the perfect customer who gets maximum value from your product and brings you the highest profit. Only after that profile is locked do we use artificial intelligence to accelerate the execution. This sequence of strategy first and AI second turns that messy, wide-open sales funnel into a high-speed, hyper-targeted sales tunnel. Harvard Business School professor Clay Christensen developed a concept called jobs to be done to challenge our basic assumptions about product value. The framework asks a single vital question: what exact problem do you solve and for whom? Consider V8. If they define themselves simply as selling juice, they are stuck competing against every sugary drink on the shelf. But by defining their product as convenient nutrition, they solve a specific problem for a health-conscious consumer who is short on time. Accurately defining the exact problem you solve dictates your market position. It determines whether your business is forced to compete on price or allowed to command premium value. To reach that premium value, you have to make hard choices. You must decide what your business is willing to be terrible at in the service of being great at something else. This matrix allows you to plot your current clients based on those choices. We map your top 25% of dream customers, those with high margin and high alignment, against the bottom 25%, who bring low margins and high noise. By isolating that top right quadrant, you establish yourself as the best solution provider. This focus allows you to dictate premium pricing and ignore unqualified leads that don't fit the profile. Deliberately underperforming for the wrong clients is a mandatory strategic requirement. It frees up the capacity you need to overperform for the right ones. Once you know exactly who you are targeting, you can scale. But bringing AI into the process before locking in that ideal client profile is a mistake. To deploy AI professionally, we use the 10-80-10 rule. This replaces single question prompting with a highly structured workflow. First, the human expert uses the RICE framework, providing role, input, and context. The AI then handles the middle 80%, rapidly generating research and proposals. Finally, the human steps back for the last 10% to audit, edit, and integrate. Executing this specific workflow flips the 30-70 ratio we saw earlier. Instead of spending 30% of your time selling, you spend 70% of your time in direct, high-value sales conversations. With your sales time multiplied, you need to map out the year. But most financial pro formas are built on an operational myth, the idea that you actually have 52 weeks to hit your targets. Between vacations, stat holidays, and the December slowdown, you don't. A realistic, executable sales year is only 42 weeks long. This grid shows a standard year where 10 weeks drop away, leaving exactly 42 illuminated weeks. Your plan for these weeks must be optimized strictly for gross margin per week, the actual profit generated every 7 days, rather than vanity revenue. Tracking that gross margin per week over a realistic time frame is the true lifeblood of your business's survival and its growth. This is the difference between an exhausted team chasing volume and an organization operating with a sniper's focus. By the end of week 1, you possess entirely new operational capabilities. You know exactly who your top 5% of clients are, the precise questions needed to qualify them, and how to use AI to outpace your competitors. Mastering this framework reclaims your lost hours. It eliminates the guessing game of lead generation and builds a predictable, highly profitable sales rhythm. Stop wasting time on the wrong targets. Join Revenue Rhythm today and architect